Hello and welcome to today's video. So this month's eBay sales are going to be focusing on some of the TV series that have had revivals or brand new adaptations, and not least of which we'll start off with Isaac Asimov's Foundation. Now this one's on Apple TV Plus and I've been really enjoying it so far. I'm up to about episode 6 and well, it's real adult sci-fi and I love it. Absolutely loving it so far. I remember reading a few of the Asimov books growing up, Foundation and some of the robot books. And I got to admit, I look back on them and think, oh, they must be really old-fashioned now. But so far, the series has really pulled it off. And I thought there's bound to be a bit of a knock-on effect with his second-hand book sales. So this looks like one of those big omnibuses, which were very common in the UK. And they did them for all manner of series. This is a book club edition of I, Robot. And the titles we'll be looking at today are basically his major works. That was in a book club form, $40. This is a nice paperback edition of I, Robot. Nice, interesting cover, that one. A Signet edition. Yep, $19.60 is not too bad. The books that seem to be making decent money with Asimov are ones that are signed. Obviously, he's not been with us for many years now. And the signed editions, yeah, they just seem to be making a few pounds, exactly as you would sort of expect. He is one of the sci-fi greats, isn't he? And some of these I actually remember selling back in the day when I was a bookseller. This is a very tatty paperback copy of Caves of Steel. $250 this went for. But once again, it's a signed edition. Gotta admit, I've got no signed Asimov bits in my collection. I would love to have one. This is a nice UK one, Panther Sci-Fi, which I've recently become quite a fan of, actually. Got quite a few J.G. Ballards lately in Panther. So it's like $10, cheap and cheerful, isn't it? This one a little bit more expensive, the Naked Sun. This is the USA first edition. Just a shade under $2,000 for this one. This is a real collectible ex-library from Asimov with the book plate inside there. Very, very nice. Not top condition, but super rare and lovely to see. Now, there's quite a few of these which were done by the Fantasia Press. They're sort of like gift editions, in effect, a bit like a posh sci-fi folio society. Often they were signed and numbered. This one, one of the older ones, yeah. Robots of Dawn, number 643 of 750 copies, all signed by the author. $280, that's not bad, is it? I thought this one was nice, just for the funky cover. Brilliant. First hardback from 1985. This is a nice, lovely one. This is the 40th anniversary of the publication. No, I think it's the 40th anniversary of the publisher, and that's what this one got published for. In a lovely limited edition. Yeah, the 40th anniversary of Doubleday. That's who it was. Yeah, a really nice like facsimile edition. 1,500 copies, so they'll be out there. But I thought this was a real beauty, lovely condition as well. Yeah, $500 that. This one's $330. This is an Eastern Press edition. They did a whole run of signed Asimovs. Beautiful gilt edges. And these signed ones were the ones making the money. This is another lovely edition of Forward the Foundation. Like leather bound. Eastern Press again. Foundation Trilogy, same sort of series, Eastern Press. Gold gilt edges, signed copies numbered. Very, very nice. Yeah, lovely that. Foundation's Edge. First edition. touch under $400 for this copy. Once again, signed on the title page. First from 1982. Very nice. This is nice. I recognise the cover. This is a Granada published the paperbacks, or an imprint of HarperCollins, but this one made its way to Australia in hardback. These are the ones I remember selling in my shop. $2.79 that one before. This was just a nice little job lot, just to show that you can still pick the books up nice and cheap if you should want to. $52 for that little lot. This was a little funky gift set. I quite like slipcase editions, and they don't turn up that often, and I thought this particular one with the Foundation trilogy and was particularly groovy. Very 60s, isn't it, that? And pretty nice nick as well, which you do often find with slipcase sets. The books have been looked after. Not mint, but pretty nice. Another nice little job. I remember all these covers. These are the ones I sold in my shop. Sort of the 70s and 80s sci-fi jackets. Chris Foss, I think, was one of the artists' names. Another little trilogy. Surprised at what this went for. £78 for this set. And these were the ones that were around in the 90s. So, yeah, I suppose 25 to 30 years old. But they're not first editions or anything. But they are nice editions. And I remember having them in bulk. Another nice job lot. 16 Asimovs here for £80. So certainly he's very accessible. You don't have to spend a fortune to read these classic bits of science fiction. And I do recommend that series. It's very good. Another last little job lot here. $62 for this. Look at how many you get. Loads of classic Asimov. A lot of anthologies take his very early work from the pulps. But there we are, look at that. Nice run. Nice to see those doors there as well. Yeah, good stuff. Now, Robert Jordan's The Wheel of Time. Not got into this yet. I remember the books very well because I sold them pretty much from when they started getting published in the 80s. And the series is getting mixed reviews, but I say, like the books, it's a bit of a slow burner. So you might want to just dip in. But these are on Amazon Prime Video. And once again, Robert Jordan was taken far too young. And anything that did end up getting signed, or any limited editions, fetching a real premium at the moment. This is a particularly nice, like leather-bound, slip-cased one, signed by him. And of course, the actual story was finished off by Brandon Sanderson, another highly collectible author. It's a nice copy of The Great Hunt, a second book in hardback. And the hardback editions are, particularly of the first sort of 5, are very difficult to get hold of. But lovely. They do look very nice all together, and we will see some sets of hardbacks later. In fact, here is a run of them, the 12. They look great. It's got a little sampler as well, the Wheel of Time sampler. Certainly not all in the greatest of condition, but you know, these are making good money now, and worth keeping an eye out for when you're out and about. Nice set, isn't it? Real nice set, that. $1,250. So just a pause there to thank my patrons and channel member subscribers. Thank you very much for all your support. It's very much appreciated. Okay, back to some more Robert Jordans now. Another copy of Eye of the World. This is the proof copy of the first book. So this would have only had a minor print run, maybe, you know, up to 1,000 possibly, if that. Spine faded, but very scarce, and one for the completists. They're going to want to pick up a copy of that one. $900. This is another hardback set, $700. I think they do look fantastic. all in a line like that. They really, really do look great. They do look great, those. But I guess it's a fair old bit of shelf space. But yeah, I certainly wouldn't mind them on my shelves. I know some of my subscribers have got these because they've sent photos in for their viewer collections, and I've spied these Robert Jordan hardbacks. So I know a few of my viewers have got them. I remember selling this one very well. The Wheel of Time guide. Didn't have any signed ones, sadly. Of course, because he was an American author, he didn't really get much signed stuff in the UK. But I remember that particular book. I thought this was interesting. I know it's not book related. It's the full set of the the comic book adaptation, which I believe was done by Chuck Dixon. He's a great guy, and he also has his own YouTube channel nowadays, which I subscribe to. Chuck Dixon does great work, and this is his Wheel of Time adaptation in comic book form. And this was the full set, $669. This is a set of the all the books, all 14 in paperback. Even these went for over $300. Quite nice. There's a couple of box sets there which are still sealed, and I do like the way that they've retained the original hardback jackets, which I think add a lot of character to this particular series. This was like a little sampler of the first book. Actually, it contains a bit from all 6 books, but still a sampler, like a promotional one for bookshops. Looks like it's unread. Pretty scarce, $300 that sold for. And while we're on Robert Jordan, he did do an awful lot of Conan books, and this was a job lot of the Conan novels. Particularly nice to see so many together, which you don't often get. Brilliant jackets on them. Superb. Yeah, $249. I didn't think that was bad at all for that lot. Dexter's back. Fantastic. The books never really set the world on fire, but they are based on a series of books, and I've been enjoying the new series. So this was the very first one. Jeff Lindsay was the author. Darkly Dreaming Dexter. This is the first one in the series. A nice signed copy, first edition hardback, US. Mint. Very, very nice copy. £197.50. And this is the very last one. Dexter is dead. He killed the character off after the 6th novel. This one went for just under $100. Once again, it's signed. Recommend you pick up the new series. It's great. Really, really good stuff. Back today as I film this, Sex and the City. It has its fans, that's for sure. And certainly my wife's very keen to watch this. This was the original book, the original hardback, Candice Bushnell. $150 this was for the original hardback that the series was based on. This is a signed copy. And then about a year later, which we'll see in a moment, the TV series had come along by then, and they re-released the book with the TV jacket, which is that one there. Also quite collectible, one worth keeping your eyes peeled for. And so went for $100. Expect a revival, and expect those to go up in value if the TV revival proves to be a hit, which I think it will be. And not exactly new, but the new series 6, is out in March next year. And this is based on another fantastic series of books, Outlander. We've watched them all up to date so far, and it's just fantastic. Really, really enjoy this series, and no expenses is spared bringing these to the screen. So that is pretty much the full set. There's a new one once again just been released, and that's when they announced the new series. And the books really do make good money. Diana Gabaldon And there seems to be plenty of signed copies around, but not so many in the UK as you might expect. Very much in line with the Wheel of Time books. They make great little collectibles. There's not that many of them, and they look fantastic on the shelf. So if I was collecting these, I would like to get some signed hardbacks. This is the very first one in a signed copy. Yeah, like July 1991. Flat sign to the title page. Pretty nice that. That's a good investment in that book. $800, £600. Here there is a set unsigned. If you've ever seen the series, I think you'll immediately fall in love with it. It's just so good. It really, really is. Yeah, nice looking set that. And here's another set. These are brand new though, so these are the more recent editions, and it looks as if this particular seller had about 10 or 11 sets of these, so obviously in contact with the author. It's like a full signed set. Yeah, he's knocked out multiple sets of these. He or she's knocked out multiple sets of these. There we are. So I do hope you found that little trip through these TV tie-ins interesting. If you have, don't forget to give it that thumbs up. Do please hit the subscribe button if you've not already. And I'll look forward to seeing you again very soon with another video. Bye.